All right, this is the nutritional assessment of an athlete case study. The athlete bio is going to be Jessica Haney, 36-year-old female. Race is going to be white. Type of athlete that Jessica is, she's a CrossFit athlete. Does CrossFit at least 5 times a week, and then does hypertrophy training up to 6 times in a week. Height 5'5". Current weight, last time she weighed in was 145 pounds. Body fat percentage 16%. Regular menstrual cycle. No medical conditions to this date. Current supplements that Jessica adds into her diet is a multivitamin, 1 time a day, of potassium at 1 time a day. Other dietary supplements that she's taking is a whey protein, and that varies day to day depending on her training, and casein protein, which is at the bottom right there. All right, next, body composition. We did a 7-point body composition check using the skin fold method. As you can see, different measurements here that Jessica came in at. After we did the formula on that, Jessica came in at a total body fat of 16%. All right, body composition evaluations. National standards BMI for Jessica's age and height and weight is going to be 18.5 to 24.9, and Jessica came in at a 24. Body fat percentage anywhere between 14 to 20% for athletes. Jessica came in at 16, and waist circumference would be anything less than 35 inches, and Jessica came in at 31 on that. Hang on, technical difficulties. All right, here we go. All right. Estimated energy needs. All right, Jessica is a high-level CrossFit athlete, therefore her estimated energy requirements can vary from day to day. Jessica keeps an activity log of what she does from day to day, the weight she uses, and the time it takes her to complete it. Jessica's basal metabolic rate came out to a total of 19.5. All right, the type of workouts that she does, to give a little background on the actual type of workout that she does. CrossFit style workout, which is going to be a very high intensity workout ranging in 40 minutes to 120 minutes with as many rounds as possible with as maximum weight load as possible as well. Later in the day, Jessica likes to do a hypertrophy style workout, which is going to be anywhere from 12 to 15 sets with 12 to 18 reps on there. And then that's what she does in the afternoon. All right, this is the percent daily intakes that Jessica currently had. She came in day 1 and day 2. Jessica does meal prep, so her meal frequency from day to day stays about the same from these 2 days. And then day 3, which Jessica calls it her cheat day, came in at 3,949 calories. These other 2 days were relatively low, 1,152 calories there, and came in on that last day with 3,900 calories. All right, data evaluation. As you can see here, kind of the breakdowns to make up the 1,152 calories that Jessica got. These are going to be identical because she pays for a meal prep service to do these for her to the ounce on everything. Total calorie intake 1,152 with 149 grams of protein, 78 grams of carbs, 17 grams of fiber, 32 grams of fat, and then calcium at 657 milligrams, 4 milligrams of iron, and then hydration was at 104 ounces. Dietary intake for day number 3, which was her cheat day, 3,949 calories. Total amount of protein, 78 grams. Total carbs, 419 grams. Total fiber, 13.5. Total fat, 234. Total calcium, 240. Iron didn't even show up, and then 104 on the ounces of fluid again. All right, this is the energy estimates of the needs that Jessica does. Do a lot of activity, even outside her job is pretty physical as well. Day 1, her physical activity ratio come out to a 39.85 with a physical activity level of 1.66, which gives her a total of 2,683 calories she needs for the day. Day 2, which was a much higher intensity day, she's going to need 3,428 calories. And then this last day, day 3, needing 2,070 calories compared to the ratios that she has. All right, intake versus the need right here. 1152, she was in a deficit of 1,531 calories on day 1, deficit of 2,330 calories on day 2, and then she was to the positive 1,879 on day 3. Alright, so going through this, looking at her estimated intake versus estimated energy expended, was Jessica in the positive or negative balance? Definitely in the negative balance. Right now, Jessica's stalled on her weight loss. She's not really gaining or losing anything. She's just kind of sitting stagnant right now. She is maintaining what she has. She's not really doing anything up or down, even though she does have higher calorie days. The biggest thing is a negative impact on her performance and current hydration is more is going to be required. Hang on, let's get back to the right slide. All right, does Jessica meet the dietary needs or the American guideline standards of 2010? No. The recommended amount of calories for an active female her age is set at 2,200. While her protein is significant in all this stuff, she does get enough protein and other macronutrients with the carbs and the other minerals that she gets is lacking extremely much so. Alright, nutritional diagnosis: severe lack of energy due to low amounts of calories coming from carbohydrates, which is the main source of energy for endurance athletes, which Jessica desperately needs. Nutrition needs to have a much higher intake on days that the training sessions are much harder. Possible dehydration due to increased exercise temperature and temperature out in the environment. And then vitamin and mineral deficiencies could become a problem in the future if Jessica doesn't handle this through her diet. This could be a problem that's going to lead into her in the future. Alright, intervention, what we're going to do to try to fix Jessica's problem. Step 1 is going to be to stabilize caloric intake. We're going to reintroduce back into Jessica's system and into her diet. Just really slow to get some calories back in there, because we don't want a bad rebound effect of giving her too many calories way too fast. Step 2, we're going to steadily increase those calories over time once Jessica's weight stalls. We're going to steadily just increase those calories a little by little. Roughly 200 calories. Once her weight kind of stalls out, once she starts gaining weight back, once she stalls out there, we're going to roughly add 200 kcals back per week or per day. And then through the week, and as her weight starts to stall again, we'll add a little bit more each time. Nutrient timing: larger amounts of calories, especially carbohydrates, are going to be consumed around the time of Jessica's workouts. By doing this, excess carbohydrates are going to be burned off, so they won't be stored as fat, because Jessica wants to stay as lean as possible in this process. And step number 4, we're going to match the energy intake with the intensity. So Jessica's actually going to have a breakdown from a light day to a moderate day to a heavy day of what she's going to do and the calories that she's going to get. So on these heavy days, she's going to get much more calorie intake from the carbohydrates than anything else. Alright, nutritional intervention right here. This is a breakdown day to day and non-training day. She's going to get 145 grams of protein because she does want to add some lean mass, 75 grams of carbs, and 9 grams of added fat to her diet. Light days, same amount of protein, 150 carbs, and then we're going to have 9 grams of added fat there. Moderate protein is going to stay the same. Carbs are going to jump up to 225 with 9 grams of added fat. And then hard training days are going to be 300 grams of carbs with 9 grams of added fat. Hydration: during this process, we're going to ask Jessica to drink 16 to 24 ounces of a sports drink or a powdered carbohydrate beverage while she's working out to keep those carbohydrate levels up as well and help with her hydration. And then 16 to 24 more extra ounces of water just throughout the day. The minerals: Jessica does take a multivitamin, but we still want to see her getting more in through her actual food. So we're going to ask her to increase those in foods that are higher in those amounts through the vegetables that she ingests. Alright, the breakdowns per day here. Okay, we've already added that. Alright, the monitoring. Alright, for Jessica, this is what we're going to do, because she does want to gain lean mass and strength and increase performance. So the best way for this is going to be, we're going to do monthly skin folds just to make sure that she's not storing fat or in excess places there. We're going to monitor her weight, weighing every 3 to 5 days. And continue with an exercise log with max effort compound lifts just to check her strength and her times on the Metcons that she does in CrossFit. And that is all.